Disclosure: educational content developed with AI.
Imagine a soft, blue glow in the dark. A light that seems to come from another world. It's beautiful, but it is also deadly. This glow changed our world forever. It gave us new ways to fight disease. It reshaped modern science. And at the center of this glow was a woman who was told she could not be a scientist. A woman who was told her dreams were too big. A woman who faced poverty, who faced scorn, who faced unimaginable loss. Her name was Marie Curie. She did not just study this mysterious glow. She embodied it. She became a beacon of resilience. Her story is not just about science. It is about an unbreakable spirit. Today, we journey into the life of a legend, a woman who proved that when women rise, history changes. Our story begins in Poland. Her name was not Marie then. It was Maria Skłodowska. She was born into a family of teachers. She was brilliant, with a mind hungry for knowledge. But she was a girl in a country under Russian rule. Universities were closed to women. Her family had little money. It seemed the world had already written her story. But Maria refused to listen. She and her sister made a pact. They would support each other's education. Maria worked for years as a governess. She sent money to her sister in Paris. Then, her sister would help her. It was a sacrifice. But for Maria, education was worth any price. Finally, at age 24, she boarded a train to Paris. With little money and few possessions, she arrived. She enrolled at the Sorbonne University. She changed her name to Marie. She was finally free to learn. But life was still hard. She lived in a tiny, cold attic. She often went hungry. She was so focused on her studies, she would faint from lack of food. But her mind was full. She was in heaven. She earned a degree in physics, then another in mathematics. Top of her class. She was no longer the girl who was told no. She was a scientist. Then she met a quiet, kind man, a fellow scientist who saw her not as a woman, but as an equal. His name was Pierre Curie. He became her partner in life and in science. Together, they began to study a mysterious phenomenon. A scientist named Henry Becquerel found that uranium salts emitted rays. They could fog photographic plates. No one understood why. Marie decided to make this her life's work. She gave it a name: radioactivity. She made a bold guess. She believed there were new elements hidden in a mineral called pitchblende. Elements more radioactive than anything known. Pierre was so captivated, he abandoned his own work. He joined her. What followed was backbreaking labor. For 4 years, in a leaky, dusty shed, they processed tons of pitchblende. They stirred giant vats with an iron rod. They handled poisonous gases. They had no idea how dangerous it was. But in 1898, they found it. Not one, but 2 new elements. First, they named one polonium, after Marie's beloved Poland. Then, they found an even more powerful element. They called it radium, from the Latin word for ray. The world was amazed. In 1903, they won the Nobel Prize in Physics. Marie Curie became the first woman ever to receive this honor. But tragedy was around the corner. In 1906, Pierre was killed in a street accident. He was gone in an instant. Marie was shattered. She lost her great love, her scientific partner, the father of her 2 young daughters. The world wondered if this was the end of Marie Curie. But this is where her true strength shone. Her resilience. She did not give up. She was offered Pierre's professorship at the Sorbonne. Another first for a woman. On her first day, the hall was packed. People came to hear the famous woman, the tragic widow. She began her lecture exactly where Pierre had left off. No emotion, just science. She was moving forward. She threw herself into her work. In 1911, she did the unthinkable. She won a second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry. She is still the only person in history to win Nobel Prizes into different sciences. Then, World War I broke. Marie saw a need. She invented mobile X-ray units. She drove them to the front lines herself. She trained her daughter, Urun, to operate them. She knew the rays could save lives. She also knew they were dangerous. But she did it anyway. She and her little Curies are estimated to have saved over 1 million soldiers. She was a heroine. But the very thing that saved lives was also killing her. The radiation she worked with for decades was making her sick. Her fingers were burned and scarred. She was often ill. She died in 1934 from aplastic anemia caused by radiation exposure. Even her cookbooks are still radioactive today. They are kept in lead boxes. She gave everything to her work. Her time, her energy, her health. She never patented her discovery. She wanted it to be free for the world to use. She believed science belonged to humanity. So, what does the story of Marie Curie teach us today? It teaches us that obstacles are real. Poverty is real. Prejudice is real. Heartbreak is real. But so is resilience. Marie Curie was not a superhero. She was a woman who was stubborn, who was passionate, who refused to let the world define her limits. Her legacy is not just in the hospitals where radiation treats cancer. It is in the spirit of every young girl who looks at the stars and wonders. She showed us that you can be gentle and strong. You can be a mother and a world changer. You can be heartbroken and still change history. To the women watching today, your journey might be difficult. You might face doors that seem locked. You might face voices that say you can't. Remember the woman in the shed. Remember her hunger for knowledge. Remember her grief and her courage to continue. Carry her resilience within you. Let your own light, your own passion, glow in the dark, because your mind has no borders. Your potential is limitless. Marie Curie's life is proof, a powerful, enduring proof, that when women rise, history changes. Thank you for watching. If you found the video valuable, like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you soon with another story of resilience.